Namo Doi Sauriyantam, Namo Doi Sauridanam, Namo Doi Saurayam, Namo Doi Saujayam, Namo Doi Sautravati Savanam, Omkaramindu Sanyukta Nityam Jayanti Yogina, Kamadam Okshadam Sri Omkaraya Namo Namah, Mangalam Bhagavanayo Namo Upanoli, Mangalam Kundari Ujendra Mosu Mangalam Namasana Visara. Swanubhutya Jakasti Swahai Bhavaya Vibhava Nirusandhata.
Om Namo Loye Sarvatrika Varti Aryantanam. Om Namo Loye Sarvatrika Varti Siddhanam. Om Namo Loye Sarvatrika Varti Anaryanam. Om Namo Loye Sarvatrika Varti Vajjanam. Om Namo Loye Sarvatrika Varti Samanam. Om Karam Bindu Sanyuktam. Nityanthayanti Yoginam. Kamadam Mokshadam Shaiva. Om Karaya Namo Namah. Namah Samaysaraya. Swanubhutya Chakasate. Chet Sabhavaya Bhavaya. Sarvabhavantarachite Agnanatimirandhanam Gnana Anjana Salakaya Chaksurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namah Tirthankaro Jagatana Jayavantavarto Omkaranada Jinano Jayavantavarto Jinana Samo Sarana Sau Jayavantavarto Netirthachara Jagama Jayavantavarto Namo Tirthanayakane Namo Omkaranadane Omkara Sangaryotene Namo Te Sri Kunda Kundane Aho Upakara Jinavarano Kundano Dvani Divino Jina Kunda Dvani Apya Aho Te Guru Kanano Aho Te Bhagavati Matano Achalani Anupamagati Pamela Sarve Siddhane Vandi Kaho Sutta Kevali Pasita Asamaya Prabhrata Hare Hum Eka Sudha Sada Arupi Jnana Darshanamaya Kare Anyate Marujari Paramanu Matranati Hare Om Namah Siddhebhyo Om Namah Siddhebhyo Om Sudatmane Namaha. Jai Jinendra, everybody. Yeah. Okay, so we will start. What we have is, we are talking about 7 pillars of a samyag darshan. That samyag darshan is standing on this 8 pillars, not 7, 8 pillars. It is standing on these 8 pillars. And what is the importance of 8 pillars that we are discussing? Actually, in fact, there are no 8 different parts in the Atma. The soul is a undivided, indivisible, permanent, everlasting substance. So there are no divisions in that one. But when we look from certain angle, then we artificially create the division in that one. So when we say that there are 8 pillars are there are no 8 pillars or anything. It's a pure, eternal, innate form of soul substance, period. That's it. For our understanding purpose, Acharya Bhagavan is making this division. The explanation, Acharya Bhagavan explains to us mundane soul by dividing the things. So the explanation cannot be given without division. For example, I went to Gurudev's Janma Jayanti in Songarh. And how was it? Fantastic, great, very nice. What I'm trying to tell you is indivisible form, because when I was there, I enjoyed and learned and everything in the indivisible form. I was seeing, at the same time listening, at the same time reciting. All those things are happening in individual fashion. But now when I have to describe to somebody, then I describe that, yes, first thing in the morning, Mataji's charcha occurs. That charcha goes for about 20 minutes. Then everybody goes for darshan. Then there is a abhishek of the Bhagwan occurs. Then everybody goes for their morning walks, etc. Then they get ready. All kind of thing that we are going to divide. What's the essence thing? I had a great time of those weekend that I was there for Gurudev's Janma Jayanti. So explanation purpose, it needs division. To verbalize somebody, it needs division. But for understanding purpose, one has to understand everything is in the indivisible form. That's why here when we say there are 8 pillars of samyak darshan, means there are 8 different ways we are looking at samyak darshan. Samyak darshan is one unit, but we are looking from 8 different angles, from 8 different partial point of view we are looking at it. So in the first one, when there is no doubts of anything else, these doubts are also telling us that the samyak darshan jeev, the right faith person, the one who has experienced the self-experience, then he knows that he is an indivisible soul. He was never been created, will never be destroyed, and his form remains with him forever. When he knows that part, then he knows that no outside material object thing can do anything wrong to my soul. I'm the soul. No alien object can do anything to me. So I become fearless. I have no fear of anything because I know that I was never created. So I don't have any obligation to anybody. I will never be destroyed. So nobody's going to do any negative things to me. So as long as I'm indivisible, everlasting, eternal substance, then my fears are gone. So all the 7 fears that we are describing, that those 7 fears are gone. Fear for this life, fear for next life. What will happen to me in the next life? Well, if you've not done anything right in this life, what do you expect? Do you expect heavenly life to you? No way. I have done everything negative in my life, and I expect that, well, something nice will happen to me. No, it will not happen. There is no surprise in this mathematics of this omniscient Lord. If I did something positive, I get the positive fruition. I did negative, I get negative fruition. If I went in my innate soul, then I get a right faith. I get a self-realization. So this is the absolute mathematics. There is no question about it. So why should I worry about what's going to happen to me in the future life, in this life? Tomorrow, what will happen to me? Nothing is happening. Tomorrow, one thing is certain, tomorrow will be there. Period. That's it. What will I do? What will happen to me? It all depends on me. It's on my hand. Trigger is on my hand when I have to pull the trigger. So everything is on my hand. So why should I worry what's going to happen to me in this life? Nothing is going to happen. What will happen to me in the next life? Why should I worry about next life? If I did right thing, I will go to the next gati, which could be nicer gati. Well, number one, there is no nicer gati than what I have right now. I am 5 cents sentient being. I'm the human being. I got the right path. I had the understanding capacity. All my 5 senses are working. I have all the literature available in front of me. I have all the Sadgurus available in front of me to tell me what is right, what is not right. All these things are happening and I am on the right track right now. I just have to push myself somewhat more. I have to do my personal effort somewhat more. I have to do my own purusharth in the right direction, and samyak darshan will fall in my lap. So if that is the condition, if that these are the situation I have it, बड़े भाग्य से न रतन पाया, जिनवाणी की राह मिली, जिनवर की पूजा करने को श्रावक कुल पर्याय मिली, श्रावक कुल पर्याय मिली. I have everything perfect going on for me. So there cannot be any better gati than what I have right now. So I don't have to worry about what's going to happen to me in a hellish soul, or in the subhuman, or in heavenly soul. Nothing is going to happen to me. So that's fear for this life, fear for the next life, all those things are gone. Fear for the disease, fear of not having hiding place, fear of my secret place, somebody will know. All those things are not there because I'm not afraid of anything else. In the last one we are talking about was a fear of death. What does death means? The way we define death is soul departed from the body. So association of the soul and material body is called birth, and dissociation of the soul and the material particle is called death. Material particles remain the same. Soul remains the same. Nothing has happened to any of the substance. Dissociation occurs. If I know association occurs, dissociation occurs for that thing. But me as a soul was never created with any associative things. When we know the second pad of Chapad, it says Atma Nityache, means in which it says that if soul was created with the associated things, then soul can get destroyed. But there is nothing is available in my armamentum telling me that soul was created with any associated things. So I was never created, I will never die. Period. Case closed. So my soul doesn't die. So senses, physical body dissipate, and that is called death. But that is not the one that I have to worry about. That's why I have fear of death, because I don't understand my real nature. If I understand my real nature, then I'll be at peace at the time of death. Death is, there is a fantastic thing in the US dictum. What does it say? Paying taxes and death are certain. Everything else is uncertain. So why should I not take that attitude, and why should I worry about death? Rather than worrying about death, at the time of death, if I remain in equanimity state, I can go within my nature. Then even on the last breath of my time, my last breath of this body, I can also get the self-realization. So that's important. Soul does not have senses, etc. The soul does not have senses, etc. Vitalities. Vitalities means the things through which the substance exists. So soul has vitality in the form of knowledge attribute, which is immortal. Knowledge attribute is my vitality. For conventional perspective, I am the human being. So as a human being, there are 10 vitalities are there. And those 10 vitalities are the material things. Like gross body particles, that's one vitality. Then carbon particles, then electric body, then five senses, then breathing, and ayu. Ayu means age. So these are the 10 vitalities through which the mortal body exists. But considering from the soul's perspective, only one vitality, and that's a consciousness, that's a knowledge, that's a knowledge and perception. These are only the vitality, and that remains forever. So I'm going to remain forever. So this is the fear of death goes away that way. The right faith person does not have any fear of death. So this was Samyag Kalas 159. Then fear of accident. Well, mundane soul fear that suddenly something unusual will happen. He has this fear all the time. which we have talked this one last time. Enlightened soul knows that no knowledge is accompanied by self, eternal, immutable, means achal, and having oneness with the soul. So there is nothing surprising going to happen to me. I am the soul. I never was created. I will never die. I'll keep on changing the form. As long as I know that part, these are certain things. Everything, nothing uncertain happens to me. Even the mode occurring to me, they are absolutely certain in nature. Whatever mode is occurring right now, it will occur. Nothing else will occur. Nobody ever can change that mode. My mode occurring within me, even my soul as a substance does not have control on the mode's origination. Modes originate with its own personal capacity. So, if there is nothing unusual is going to happen, why will I say that accident will occur? Why will I have any fear of anything else? So, nothing else can be generated from this knowledge. Knowledge makes only knowledge more generation. That's it. So therefore, nothing unusual thing may happen from this knowledge, and that's why enlightened soul does not have any fear of accidental thing happening. And so this is the Samyag Kalas 160. Then we are coming fear and spiritual development stages. This is very important. We have to take a little time over here. Remember, when we say that fear is a quasi karma. Karma and quasi-karma. Karma, no karma. Karma particle, material karma particle of 8 different types: knowledge obscuring, perception obscuring, deluding, obstructing. All those 8 types of karma, they are called karma. Then there are quasi-karma. Quasi-karma are not actually karma, but they help acquiring karma. For example, if I say my body is a quasi-karma, my body is no karma. Now, does my body makes me do the delusion? Do I have a altered inclination just because I have a body? Not necessarily. Omniscient Lord, Aryan Bhagwan on 13 Gunsthana has bodies present. He has a mind, speech, and action. All 3 things are present. But Omniscient Lord is totally detached from the body, and that's mere coexistence occurring. That's all he thinks about it. And so that body does not make Omniscient Lord bind destructive karma, Gati karma. But here I am with my body, and I say, oh my God, I'm black, I'm old, I'm young, I'm healthy, I'm white, I'm fair, I'm handsome. All kind of thing when I associate with body and me are same. That kind of attitude when I have it, that oneness with the body makes me acquire karma. Body itself does not allow to happen, but me, I'm making mindness. I'm making oneness in this body. That's the reason that I'm making karma. That's why body is called quasi-karma. Body is called no karma. Remember, don't get confused. No karma means it's a Gujarati word or Hindi word or Sanskrit word. But we don't have to say N-O, no karma. No, not like that. We don't have to do that. That's a quasi-karma, means they are not actually karma, but they help me acquire karma. We just took that example sometimes in the past. 2 friends are there, they go for stealing something. So one is actually stealing into the house. He's collecting all the ornaments and money and everything. Second guy is standing at the door to keep eye on it to make sure that nobody comes, or if somebody is approaching towards the house, then he will alert this guy who is already in the process of stealing the material from the house. So they both are part of the theft. But the actual theft is done by the guy inside the house, and the other guy, he's just simply helper in the theft. So no karma are the helper to make the karma, but no karma by themselves are not the reason for anything else. So in a conduct deluding karma, there are nine form of quasi karmas are there, and those nine form of quasi karma, one is a fear. One is Bhai, Jugupsa, Rati, Arati, Shok, and Strived, Purusved, Napusagved. There are 9 parts are there. Fear is there. So where does fear actually remain? Fear is the form of quasi karma, as we said. Now let's see. I'll have to put these guys on this side. Okay. So remember, when we talk about passions means toxic emotions, we'll talk anger, ego, deceit, and greed. Here, let's see. Okay, so deluding, we'll be going through deluding karma. Where is my slide? Nope. Sorry. Okay, we are talking deluding karma, monia karma. Monia karma is 28 separate things are there. What are those 28 separate things? We have to understand that big schema, because again, this is kind of Karnanuyog. Karnanuyog means there are 4 types of major scriptures we have it. Storytelling, Pratmanuyog, conduct related, Charnanuyog, karma and universe related is called Karnanuyog, and metaphysics means only talking about soul and nothing but soul, that is called Dravyanyog. So here we are. So here we are talking deluding karma. Deluding karma means monia karma. It's a right conduct deluding karma. It's called darshan monia. Then darshan monia has a kashai, and kashais are 4 types of kashais are there. Anantanumni kashai, I think I hope I can. Okay, Anantanumni kashai, infinite bondage, bonding karma. Then next one is partial vow preventing passions, then complete vow preventing passions, and perfect conduct preventing passions. You can call passion or toxic emotions the same thing. So these are 4 things are there, and they all have, each one has anger, deceit, ego, greed. So Anantanamdi Kashai, which is there in a Mithyatva Gunsthanak, first Gunsthanak, that means it is anger, ego, deceit, greed. Then on the 4th Gunsthanak, your partial vow preventing passion, anger, ego, deceit, greed are there, of partial vow preventing passion type. Then in the monk state, 6th and 7th Gunsthanak, one has complete vow preventing passions, anger, deceit, ego, greed, and perfect conduct preventing passions are 8th, 9th, and 10th Gunsthanak. So these are the passions that one carries with them. And then there are quasi-passions. Quasi-passions have laughter, etc. There are 6 things, and they are laughter, indulgence, dissatisfaction, sorrow, fear, and disgust. So that fear is over here. When we have the fear, it is coming over here from the deluding karma, it's over here. All right, then we are going to go further, and then we'll come back to that. Then quasi-passions has sex inclination was male sex inclination, female sex inclination, and common hermaphrodite. So these are the 28 different 16 plus 9, 25 plus their right fit deluding karma has 3: wrong belief, right wrong belief, and clouded right belief. So these are total 28 types of passions are there. 8 types of deluding karmas are there. And out of which, what we are talking, fear is over here. Now, when does that fear come in existence, or when does it go away? Nature of fear. Quasi-karma has fruition till 8th spiritual development stage. Then how come there is no fear in the 4th spiritual development stage? Remember, when we say a living being is in a mithyatva gunsthana, that means he's on the first gunsthana. When he removes his mithyatva, when he removes his wrong faith and he has a right faith, then he comes on the 4th gunsthana. When he's coming to the 4th gunsthana, until now we talk so far that all these 7 types of fears are not there in a 4th gunsthana, and we are over here, we are just saying quasi-karma has a fruition till 8th gunsthana. So what we are, that discrepancy occurs over here. That in the samyagdarshi jiv, who is on the 4th gunsthana, then he has no fear. And actual fear goes away in the 8th gunsthana. So why there is discrepancy? Well, there is discrepancy because fear represents quasi-karma of the conduct deluding karma that we saw in the previous slide. Even in the enlightened soul, there is presence of fear till 8th gunsthana. Fruition of fear quasi-karma is the reason for one to be in fear inclination. So, samyagdrashti jiv also can have a fear. Okay, having said that, but it does not have ownership of this fear. He thinks that, he believes that my soul is everlasting, permanent, innate form and cannot be destroyed. Only modes are transient and get dissipated, but I still have the living being at the 4th gunsthana still has presence of instability, asthirta no rag. There is an inclination of attachment due to instability. Why instability? When I get experience, I get self-experience, that is called samyak darshan. Means I'm stable in my innate nature. I'm stable. But because my personal efforts are not that strong yet, that I do come out of that stability. And I start projecting myself to the alien objects of the universe. At this time, when the self-experience already has occurred, so the faith attribute is purified. Faith attributes can be of 2 types only. Either it's a wrong faith or right faith. Wrong faith means everything is mine. This book is mine. I have mineness on this book. This phone is mine. I have mineness on. This shirt is mine. This body is mine. Glasses are mine. Senses are mine. So I have mineness. I have a unity with the alien objects in a wrong faith stage. In the right faith state, when I'm in the experiencing phase, I'm engrossed in my soul. But when I come out of my inability to stay within, because my efforts are not strong, that when I come out, then what happens? I project to the alien objects, but at this time, I know from within that this is not the right thing for me to do. Okay, for example, I have diabetes. So I know in my bottom of my heart that refined sugar is bad, bad, bad. I should not take it. It's ingrained on my psyche right now. But still, if I'm in a party and there is ice cream, and I say, I become unstable. And then when my instability of inclination of attachment will take me to eat to that ice cream. But while I'm eating, inner voice comes and say, you know what? It was your kind of a weakness that you are eating, but make sure this is not right thing for you. So that's same way Samyagdarshi Jiva does. That even though he may have a fear, he knows that this fear is not my true nature. He's aware of it. So even though fear lasts until the 8th Gunsthanak, but at the 4th Gunsthanak, he has no ownership of this fear. He knows that it is his weakness that he may have that fear factor, but it is not ownership on that one. So that's a most important take-home point over here. So he knows that the fear till 8th Gunsthanak is due to his fault of weakness of personal effort. So that's why it's there. Now, having finished that first part, now we are going to go to the second and third and fourth and five, all the 8 we'll try to go. So second one is no desire for worldly comfort. Nishankit, Nikanshit. Nikanshit means, Kanksha means desire. Kanksha means desire. I have a desire to obtain something. I had desire to get the iPhone 6 rather than 5. Because that's my desire, because I want to have worldly comfort, But Samyagdarshi Jiva does not have worldly comfort. He does not look for worldly comfort, and so he has no desire for any worldly things available to him. If it is there to him, he may take it, use it, but he just doesn't take any pride out of it. He knows that if he's getting money, then it is a fruition of the past karma that is coming in fruition, so he's getting it. So he doesn't become kind of arrogant that I'm the greatest of the great, and look, with my own intellect and everything, I earn so much money. That doesn't happen to him. So what happens here? There's a stanza over here in Sanskrit, which Joduna kare di kankam kamma phalesu tah savadhammesu soni khanko cheda samadasti mune davo. जे कर्म फलने सर्वधर्म तणीन कांक्षा राखतो चिन्ह मूर्ति ते कांक्षा रहित समखित दृष्टि जानवो. What does it say here? He who reveals no desire for pleasures of resulting from karma or for all qualities of things must be understood to be a desire-free right believer. That's the meaning of the 2 lines that we sung right now. What does it mean? This is Samaisar Nijaradhika stanza 230. So now, whenever we are going to take any of these 8 pillars, we'll be looking from 2 different angles. Conventional point of view, absolute point of view. So what are the conventional point of view? How does it relate to us? And what's the absolute point of view? So those are the things that we'll be talking about. The Samaisar stanza from 228 to 236, there are 9 stanzas are there. And mainly those stanzas, they go from absolute point of view. And if you go to Ratnakant Savakachar, and there is a first chapter, and then there is description for 8 pillars of the Samyak Darshan. Mainly, that talks from conventional point of view. We'll be talking from both the things and try to understand what does this no desire means. Okay, so let's see. So Kanksha means desire. One has strong desire to obtain same objects of enjoyment that he had it in the past, to act for the same in the present life, and to wish for the same to continue in future life with karma fruition. This is from conventional point of view. Whatever enjoyment I had in the past, I would like to make sure that it keeps on coming to me undisturbed. Whatever present way I'm enjoying, I would like to continue there. And I also say in the future also, I would like to have the same thing continue with the auspicious karma fruition coming, and I have all those physical comforts available, and that's what my desire is. So that is a kanksha, means this is my desire from past, present, and future well-beings. Then, to be happy with obtaining favorable thing and to be unhappy with association of unfavorable things denotes affinity for sensual pleasure. Something, disease occurs to me, it's unfavorable situation occurred to me, I'm very unhappy. And nice thing happens to me, I'm very happy. My partner, who had a bypass surgery at age 44, and sometime he will say, "Great, I'm frustrated today." I said, "What happened?" He said, "Look, I'm vegetarian. I'm watching all the right rules of the living life. And look at this 85-year-old man. He drinks, he eats meat and everything. His cholesterol is high, and he has no heart problem." So he was very unhappy because his unfavorable situation occurred to him. So Samyak Darshi Jeev does not have any sensual pleasure of pleasure or pain. He just considers both as the same thing. But me, in this first Gunsthana, in the Mithyatva Gunsthana, I have pleasure and pains according to my favorable or unfavorable situation occurring. Sensual happiness is transient and is perceived happiness. Sensual happiness is occurring right now to me because it is, number one, it's transient and it is perceived. It's not a real happiness. Quick example, we can take it. Family is sitting at the dinner, breakfast table on the Sunday morning, and they have everything is, the family life is going very, very nice, peaceful, quiet, no kind of waves of any kind at all. Suddenly, somebody, mother or father, decides that, shall we have a new car? So the tranquility of the family life got a little bit disturbed. Then argument occurred, no, we can't afford, yeah, we have to have it, we have a clunker car for 15 years, well, kids are growing these, and okay, all right, all these things happen. So finally, you decided to buy the car. Then what kind of car to buy it? More disturbance in the family. Somebody wants SUV, somebody wants sports car, somebody wants open roof car, all kind of crazy things happen. And finally, they decide exactly what can they afford, and they decide that thing. Then you go to the store, you go to the car dealership and look for the car, particular color you want to have it, and all kind of things happening. Your tranquility keeps on disturbing. Then as a desi guys, we always fight for last $100. We never think that on 15 years, let's say this car, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years of a loan, that $100 doesn't mean $1 or $2 per month. But we fight our tooth and nail for that thing. Tranquility got further disturbed. And then finally, we just go to the bank after bank after bank just to get 0.1% interest less on that thing. We disturbed so much that my tranquility was so nice that first Sunday, and now it has gone down all the way down, and I'm disturbed and unhappy. Now I bring my car to the house and park in the garage, and I say, wow, what a happiness I have it. Well, you were happy here to start with. You were tranquil to start with. You created all the things to become disturbed. And now when disturbance is gone, you think that you are happy. No, it's a perceived happiness. It's transient only because it lasts certain time only. Today, I'm extremely happy. Tomorrow, I'm very happy. Day after tomorrow, my partner bought better car than what I have it. Or worse yet, my secretary bought better car than me, then I'm going to be unhappy. How come that girl who is paycheck to paycheck has a better car? So these kind of things are happening. So my happiness or this perceived happiness is alien dependency, means it's dependent on the object, and It's transient in nature, and it's a perceived happiness. Real happiness comes from within me. So rather than looking for sensual happiness, five senses related happiness, I should just look within to get the real happiness. One who is above the state is one who is on the above state is called wrong believer, because he's trying to look for happiness in the perceived happiness in the alien objects. Right believer also performs auspicious act and binds the auspicious karma, but does not have desire for the same. Samyag drashti jiva, he also has desire. He likes to eat something nice. He wants to listen to the nice music. He would like to watch something, some nice scenery and everything. But he does not have desire for it, does not take ownership for those things. Because of his weakness, because of his instability, he may have those desires occur, but he doesn't take the credit for that one. And he does not have desire for fruition of auspicious karma. He doesn't say that, oh, my fruition of auspicious karma comes and I'll be very happy. He doesn't have that kind of attitude at all. So this is from conventional point of view about desires. Now let's see, Pravachan stanza 76, there is there, for yukta bada sahita khandita bandha karana vishamache je indriyo thi labdate sukha erite dukhaje khare. We already talked about this one. What it says, sensual happiness is dependent on alien objects. It's detrimental. It's interrupted, and it's reason for bondage, and that's why it's poisonous. Sensual, the sense, the pleasure that I'm perceiving through the five senses is dependent on the alien objects. If this phone was not there, there was no happiness. When I got the phone, I got happy. So it's an alien object dependent. It's detrimental because by projecting myself to outside material objects, I'm coming out from my innate state. And that's why it's detrimental to my own nature. Bahu punya kera punjathi subdeha manava no malyo to e are bhava chakrano ato nahi eke talyo. What it is that I received this human life, and kshana bhayankara bhava marane kaho rachiro means each and every moment I project to the outside of material objects rather than looking within. My true nature is to stay within. Rather than staying within, I'm projecting outside. Means I'm killing myself. I'm killing in that mode. I have taken the mode away from my innate nature, and that's called kshana bhayankara bhavamaran. Bhavamaran means from inclination point of view, I have killed my mode because my real mode's nature was to be innate form only, and I did not have the innate form of mode came out, and that's why this was wrong. So this detrimental, it's interrupted, and it's reason for bondage. I keep on binding karma, and that's why this is poisonous, and this is part of our conventional point of view. Now we are, therefore it produces misery. Now we are talking no desire from absolute point of view. What it says, right faith person does not have affinity for auspicious or inauspicious karma fruition. He doesn't care what kind of karma is coming up. He remains in equanimity state. Worst possible form of karma fruition could be going on, and he doesn't lose his sanity. He just, what it says, you know, the last week on WhatsApp, somebody sent me a nice thing, that there is one thing only which goes in the good times and bad time, both the time. What? This time also will pass. When I'm in a misery, I just say, this time will pass. And so I get solace from that. And good times, when the good times are going on, this time also will pass. So I don't become arrogant at that time. So right faith person does not have any affinity. He doesn't wish for auspicious, inauspicious karma fruition. He has equanimity among all the alien condition, from one sense like to five sense living being, from one um, atomic particle of the matter to the aggregate atomic particles combined together like physical body and everything. He has equanimity. He just does not get himself associated with one thing and have a negative feeling for the other things. He does not have belief in only one-sided conventional point of view, ekant pakshi vyavahar dharma. It's a big word comes over here right now, so we have to discuss about it. Remember, the reality is multifaceted. We take the soul only. Soul is a permanent, eternal from substance perspective. Soul is transient in nature from modal perspective. So permanency and transiency, they both are residing at the same time in a substance, and they don't have any objection staying together. Permanency and transiency, they both have no problem with their own existence. But when one is believing only one-sided conventional point of view only, on the body, on the body, on the body, that's a conventional point of view, and that's a one-sided view only. Yes, samyak drashti jiv also will say that on the body, but at that time while he's talking about it, internally he knows that this is a situation when I'm talking about it, but actually soul and body are two separate things. So he has that kind of comprehensive knowledge within. But this mithya drashti jiv, this wrong believer person, he has only one-sided conventional point of view only. Karma is a reason, karma is the reason for me to be in misery and everything. Why? Karma is a pudgal. Karma is a non-living material. Karma has no consciousness. Karma has no knowledge. I'm the knowledge. I'm the consciousness. I'm the soul. Two things are separate. Then why do I say that karma fruition is bothering me? Karma fruition is bothering. Why? I'm so much in tune to blame to the whole world that anything happens to me, I just say karma related, karma related. No, it was supposed to happen to you with your own mode, and that's why it happened. Karma was merely present as an instrumental cause. Why can't I take responsibility of my own? We fail to do that, and that's why we do not have the right faith here. In present time, now samyak drashti jiv they are talking that in present time, right believer may have a pain, may not be able to withstand the pain. He may be screaming with the pain, but he knows, right faith person, he knows. Samyak drashti jiv, he knows. The one who has a self-realization, he knows about it, that this is occurring due to fruition of the conduct deluding karma, charitra mohaniya karma. He does not take ownership in them. He knows that he is screaming. He knows he has a pain. But what does he know? That it's a body has a pain. My soul does not have pain. But my soul still has an instability in nature. If it is stability is there, then he'll be engrossed within the nature, and he'll be like a monk Mahavir, that nothing happens when the nails are inserted in the ears, or the snake is biting him. Nothing happens. But this samyak drashti jiv, because he is not able to stay in his eternal state all the time, that because of his instability, asthirta, he comes out, and so he may get attached to this pain, but inside he knows that this is not his true nature. So That means samyak dasya jeev can also be angry. He can also be screaming with pain. He can also, we may also be able to see some ego, but inside he knows that that is not his true nature. He simply remains only knower of the fruition of karma. So this is the desireless state, kanksha, nikankshit state. Nikankshit means he doesn't have any desire. He just becomes knower. He becomes observer. He becomes gnata, drashta for this fruition of karma. He does not have desire for any alien objects. If something is going to occur, it occurs. Mahavir Swami Bhagwan, when he is going for, after he's fasting, he's going for parna, and then he has avigra. He took the avigra, means he just had that special decision made in the mind that he will accept the food only with certain conditions. See, these monks in the 6th and 7th Gunsthana, they are extremely strong in their own psyche. They have won over their mind completely. They don't listen to the mind. They are just in their own engrossment of the state. So he has made that kind of vow that if the girl is there, who is crying, who is having a broken clothes and everything, who is bald in the head and has a bakula, means kind of a grain in her hand, and her one foot is outside the house, one foot inside. That kind of, and tears in the eyes. That kind of girl, if I see, then I will break my fast. Why did Mahavir Swami make that kind of a vow? Because he wanted to convey to the king that in your kingdom, this kind of slavery is going on. But he didn't want to tell directly, because when Mahavir is going from place to place to place to place, and then he doesn't take the food, everybody got worried. Finally, when Mahavir saw Chandan Bala, and then he takes the food, then the king realizes that, oh my God, this kind of horrible things are going on in my country. And so he changed those things. So even Mahavir wanted to pass the message, but he did not pass message, but just telling the king, hey, change those things. No, he did not do that. So even the truth, he conveyed the truth by remaining silent and conveyed the full thing. So why should I just be so aggressive and show everybody's fault all over the world? Hey, you are black, you are white, you are dumb, you are smart. Who am I to make all this judgment? If I have to convey negativity, I'll rather don't speak. So that's the thing that Samyak Darshan Jeans will do, and he has no desire for any alien object. So this is for that second thing that we talked about. Now, non-repugnance at afflicted ones, nirvichikitsa ang. This is a third pillar. Jona karedi dugacham cheda sarve simeva dhammanam sokhaluni vidigicho sammadasti mune davo. जो सौ कोई धर्म विषय जुगुप्सा भाव जे नहीं दार तो चिन्मूर्ति निर्विचिकित्सा समकित दृष्टि निश्चय जानौ. Samyasa Gatha 231. He who does not exhibit any abhorrence or disgust towards all the obnoxious qualities of things is said to be the right believer without any abhorrence. So what it says over here, let's talk about from absolute point of view. What does this mean? It means that right believer does not have disgust towards nature of a thing, like thirst, hunger, cold, heat types of inclinations, and feces, etc., dirty things. He does not have any disgust for those kind of things. It's a natural thing. So he doesn't have any disgust for those kind of things. Then he does not become doer of fruition of disgust type of material karma. Remember, we did that no karma, 9 types of no karma, there was one was disgust. So he does not become the doer. He may have disgust karma fruition occurring, but he doesn't become the doer of it. He remains simply observer of those things. Then, therefore, the karma after giving fruition gets shaded off. He does not bind new disgust type of material karma. So this is the nature of a right believer, that he does not have any disgust against anything negative. Then we are just going to further we are going in the absolute point of view. Disgust means vichikitsa. Disgust word, the Sanskrit name is vichikitsa, means one who believes self to be superior due to certain attributes and inferior due to lack of same in the others. I'm superior person because I have so much knowledge, and I'm giving lecture all over the country, and that I'm superior because nobody has this ability. This is wrong. This is disgust. One who does not have disgust is known as non-repugnant, means nirvichikitsa. I mean, you try to speak this word a couple of times and your tongue will be twisting, you won't be able to pronounce properly, but it's nirvichikitsa. Right faith person is having non-repugnance towards someone who is having misery due to fruition of inauspicious karma. Somebody is suffering. Today we went to the lab and we saw one lady. She was having the feeding tube. She's in the wheelchair, half conscious, and some kind of a gangrene and everything. You just don't have the disgust against that person. Why? Because unfortunately that person has a fruition of that bad karma occurring that time. It could be me tomorrow. So why should I show my disgust against all these things? Why should I show disgust against the thing which I just hated? There is no hatred, because Samyagdarshi Jeev believes in equanimity, and he remains in equanimity state all the time. He keeps equanimity and thinks that living being suffers due to fruition of karma, and same also may happen to him in the future. So that's the reason I become observer. I may have kind of compassion type of feeling, but no disgust at all. This type of looking at this kind of people, From absolute point of view, it's a unity of right faith, knowledge, and conduct is a pure one. Everything else is disgust except right faith, right knowledge, right conduct. That's a pure thing. So when I'm pure from within, everything looks pure to me. If I have jaundice, whole world appears to be yellow. Is everything yellow right now? No, I don't look into the mirror that it's not the whole world which is yellow, it's my eyes are yellow. Same way, if I have the purity within, whole universe will look beautiful. Samesar third stanza, when we take the next stanza on Samesar, that will come. That fourth stanza, it will come. That everything is beautiful in the universe, provided you have purity within. So now we are coming conventional point of view. By nature, physical body is impure with feces and urine, etc. Okay. Body is unclean and full of disease. Okay. One does not have disgust or aversion with these findings. If I have the disease, then I don't have any disgust for me. Similarly, I should not have disgust on somebody else also same who has same thing. Right faith person does not have good or bad feeling toward the alien object. He is in equanimity all the time. Because he has purity within, he just sees the purity in every substance. Even in the one sense life, he will say, as Gurudev Kanchi Swami says, Bhagwan Atma, Bhagwan Atma. Because everybody has a soul, and that soul has a capacity to liberate in the future. Or if you put a right effort, right personal effort, you are Bhagwan. So he looks at everybody in the Bhagwan Atma form because he has realized he's Bhagwan Atma. So if I also realize myself, then I will also look at everybody with a equanimity, and I have a right feeling for everybody. There's no good or bad feeling for anybody. It does not discuss looking at the now this is the point coming. The naked possessionless monk. Naked possessionless monk has not taken shower. Yes, since he takes the monkhood, he doesn't take shower, he doesn't brush, he takes his hair out by himself, and when he's eating, standing position, and he will take the food and drink water once a day, and that's it. This is our Muniraj, Nagna Digambar Muniraj. He has a coincidentally he has a body, but again he knows that this body is associative things, and he doesn't care much about it. He doesn't feel cold, he doesn't feel heat, because he is engrossed within. So he looks everything as an equanimity state. So that kind of monk to look at it, and one should not have discussed in a Das Lakshan Dharma Puja. When they talk about Sauch means pure cleanliness, then they said Deha meli suguna thali. Deha meli means the body is impure. That's a covering. But when you look inside, when you look for that soul has a sugun, means all his attributes, they are producing purer modes all the time. So don't judge the book by its cover. We just have to go within to find it out exactly what is happening. And he knows that association of physical body is reason for obtaining liberation, therefore considers this body as pure from conventional point of view. This Muniraj, even though he has not taken shower, he has not done the toothbrush, nothing, but he knows that my body's association is one of the reasons that I can continue my personal effort, I can intensify my personal effort, and I can further progress on my spirituality. So from that conventional point of view, even though from outside body looks impure, but he considers body to be pure. So that's a conventional point of view. And last one, from absolute point of view, it is unity of right, faith, knowledge, and conduct is a pure one. So from conventional point of view, he may say my body is pure because it is helping me to increase my purity. But from absolute point of view, unity of right faith, right knowledge, right conduct is a pure one. So this is the things that we are looking from conventional point of view, from disgust related things. Then we are going to take the quick last three things that we talked about. The very first one, that one does not have any doubts in the literature. Second thing was one does not have any desire to worldly object. And third one, which we just finished, that it does not have any repugnance, any disgust. So now all three things, how they fit, that we'll look at it. Right faith with first three pillars, how they are distributed. From positive affirmative perspective, inherent nature of the soul's perspective, what happens? Free from doubts, nishankit. So first pillar is nishankit, means it's an inherent nature of soul's perspective we are talking. From positive perspective we are talking. I have no doubts in the literature given by Omniscient Lord, Holy Scripture, and enlightened monks. When they are giving the scripture, they give me the discourses. I don't have any doubts about it. Doubts means I have no unnecessary doubt. Yes, if I'm not able to understand, then I can ask my guru that, Guru, please explain to me. I know what you're telling is truth, but in my lack of knowledge, I don't understand, so please help me to understand. That kind of request he makes it, but he doesn't have any doubts about reality ultimately. So that's from positive perspective. So that's the first first pillar. Now this is from negative affirmation of two types. Absence of affection means rag abhav, means no desire. Nikankshit means I don't have rag, I don't have affinity for this one, I don't have affinity for this one, I don't have affinity for this one. So all those things are absence of affection. That's a negative affirmation. And then absence of dvesh, absence of aversion. Dvesh abhav, what is this? Non-repugnance, means nirvichikitsa. I don't have any bad feeling about, dvesh means I don't have any disgust against anybody. So from positive perspective, there is no doubts. From negative perspective, from rag perspective, there is no desire. From dvesh perspective, there is no repugnance. So these are the three pillars that we talk. Remaining 5 pillars will be going, hopefully we'll be finishing next time, quickly, and we'll just close this chapter. Any questions so far? No question right now?
That was clear.
No. Yeah, I didn't have any. Thank you.
Okay, all right. So then we'll close over here. Okay. वाणी के ज्ञान से सूझे लोकालो, सोवाणी मस्तक नमो सदा देत हूँ डाक. नौ बार नमो का मंत्र. Jai Jirendra, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Okay.
Jai Jinanda.
Yeah.
Jai Jirendra.